old people used to say, put the medicine in the candy. Put the medicine in the candy. And so that's all I did. I was like, man, oh, y'all jacking this already? All right, so let me add to it.
Yo, you know what it is, RapDillz, InvestFest 2025 at what I call the RapDillz stage. We here with Ash Cash, the motivator. Yo, this is actually a full circle moment for me, because the first podcast I ever produced, the Do Say Friday podcast, we had you on there. And you came through with the innovative, I still got the book signed to this day, the 444 book off Jay-Z's album. And your growth since then and the empire you built has been motivational and inspirational. Could you speak on from then to now?
Man, I appreciate that, man, because oddly enough, I wrote my first book in 2009. It was called Mind Right, Money Right, 10 Laws of Financial Freedom.
Bleak.
Off of Bleak. So I've always been a Rockefeller stan. So Bleak, I'm actually still a Bleak fan, whole fan or whatever. And so, but I was afraid back in 2009 to mix rap and finance, because I actually had somebody tell me that it wouldn't work. So in 2009, I did it, but I tried to do it covertly or whatever, covertly. But fast forward, 444 album comes out. I listen to it. I say, everybody's talking about Jay-Z cheating on Beyonce. That's 20% of the album. 80% of the album, he's talking generational wealth. He's talking about how to spend money, how to save your money, wills, trust, all that stuff. So I decided to write the book. And salute to you, salute to the team. Had me up at the Rock Nation headquarters, interview with them, really talking about that. I think that was the catalyst, and that was 2017, 18. So that was the catalyst that gave me permission to be me, who I was all along, because I saw how well the culture received it. The book did better than I thought it would be. I just thought it was a great idea. Let me just do it or whatever. But the book did better. It opened up so many doors. Success Magazine, Google, Yahoo Finance, like all of these mainstream media outlets were like, yo, this financial educator turned a rap album into a lesson. And I was one of the first people. I would have gone on record and probably say I was the first to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I coined a phrase, hip-hoponomics. So I want to say that I'm like the founder of hip-hoponomics, where I took hip-hop and mixed it with economics and used it as a teaching lesson. And so since then, I saw the success of that. And I just leaned into my authentic self. And like you said, man, all praises due to the Most High. I was able to, like the amount of success I've had since then is like I've reached millions of households. I've impacted millions of people. I've made millions of dollars. And it's all a blessing, because, but the lesson in that, though, and this is why I keep saying I leaned into my authentic self. The lesson in that is never let somebody else speak like cheat you out your spot. Never let somebody else tell you that you can't be you, because you are the only version of you. And if I would have not listened, and I was afraid, right? I mean, I was afraid, but then finally I leaned into it. But all of the blessings that came after that came from me being my authentic self. So always make sure to be your authentic self.
And since then, I've seen you almost every year at InvestFest. You've never not been the person you are. You always show love, bro, even through all of the growth. But there's two things I want to say. Hip-hop as a teaching tool. So one of the things, I think most important things I'm working on right now is this documentary, as hip-hop being the most powerful teaching tool to our community there is. And you knew that before I knew that. But could you just talk about the translation and using hip-hop as a teaching tool? Because, like, if you think about it, we could learn an album top to bottom, word for word, from 3 listens. That's something happening in the brain that allows us to memorize that. Now, if the message in the music is the right message, imagine how we could teach our community. We learn everything from hip hop: how to dance, how to talk, how to dress. Morals that might not be all good and bad. But talk about hip hop. And last thing, it's called RapDillz. I find myself this week I have to explain to people, like, they're like, you a hip hop platform. Yes, but hip hop is everything. Hip hop is in fashion, economics, really, whatever.
Hip hop is a culture, though, and I think so. What you just so our enemies know it too,
and they know. Oh, keep going.
Our enemies know the power of it as well. So I'm a '90s baby, right? So I grew up in the '90s. And so I remember the self-destructions. I remember where hip hop was used as a tool to teach.
Knowledge
right?
yourself. A
Knowledge
lot of
yourself,
that.
right?
Yep.
And so what happens is those who understood the power of the music, they infiltrated and they used it the way they wanted. They
Yes.
use it. And I've always known that history of it. Like, think about it, right? Think about how NWA was about police brutality.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And then Dr. Dre gets removed from NWA, goes to another side, and now bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Lick all, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so think about the message of, you know, the destruction. And I'm trying to stop the police from attacking us. To now we degrading our women and all this different stuff. So for me, it's like, we got to understand that the power of words. We have to understand the power of music and use it in the right way. But the other piece of it too is that hip hop is the biggest unifier.
Yes.
Right? I was on a vacation with some of my day one guys, and we were in a club. It was 90% white people. The way when Lean Back came on, that's their song.
Yes.
That wasn't like they know it word for word as well. And so I think that you know, we have to understand the power of hip hop, and then use that power for our good. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, unfortunately, there are a lot of the labels are using it to promote drill music, to promote negativity,
All the stuff that's on the forefront.
all the stuff that's on the forefront, even promiscuity, like I never knocked nobody hustle.
Me neither,
But how did Sexy Red get pushed up all the way to the top?
We need a balance.
We need a balance. We definitely need a balance. And so it's up to us as consumers to take that balance back, right? We cannot allow people who get paid off our destruction to steer things in the direction that they want to steer it. And so that's why I do what I do. That's why I appreciate you for doing what you do. But the goal is, instead, like, I don't talk about the negatives as much, because you combat the negative by just putting out more positive.
And that's how I roll, man. Like, and the last thing I say, I don't want to take too much of your time, but when you gave me that book, I'm gonna be transparent. I'm not shy to say I didn't read a lot at that point in time. When you gave me that book and how you presented it and packaged it, it was the same cover as the 444 album. It just opened my mind up, and I read that whole book in a day. And it's like, translation. So thank you.
But think about this: like the old people used to say, "Put the medicine in the candy." Put the medicine in the candy, and so that's all I did. I was like, man. Oh, y'all jacking this already? All right, so let me add to it, and then I've been doing it, man. So I've done that. I've done Making Sense of Kanye. I got Hustlenomics, which is a big book based on Nipsey Hussle, teaching vertical integration. Illmatic Investor with Nas. So I had a bunch of them that's been doing well, and I'm gonna continue to feed the culture as much as possible until it becomes trendy.
I cannot make this documentary without you being a part of it. So after this, I'm gonna contact you.
For sure.
That's because you're the epitome of it. And it's powerful, and we gonna continue to pierce through the culture with our messages, man. Thank you, Ash. Locked in forever. RapDillz InvestFest 2025. Let's get it.